Hi everybody and welcome to another Cricut tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a layered vinyl design along with how to apply the layered vinyl. We've been seeing a lot of questions about it, so I thought it would be a great new fun thing that you guys can learn how to do. I'm going to do this fun pink jar and I'm going to do a really cute Valentine's design on it. So first thing you need to do, I'm personally going to make a little heart with that's going to say XOXO on it. So I'm going to just create it myself. So what I'm going to do is open my design space and go over here to shapes, and I'm going to pick a heart. I have oops, except it wanted a star apparently. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of the star. I pre-measured my jar, but I usually just remeasure it just to make sure I'm right, because I'm pretty sure I wasn't. I just use a ruler and I sort of get a look as to how big I want it. So I don't mind it. I think about 2 inches wide would be as wide as I want to go. And I just pick width because your width is going to determine your height regardless. So I'm going to do about a maybe 2 1/4 inch heart. So there's my heart. I'm going to do my heart in purple. You don't have to change the color on Design Space for it to cut the color you want. I'm going to do this partially because I think it'll be easier for you all to see, and also because it just shows me what it's going to look like in the product. So I'm just going to do a simple XOXO in my heart. I obviously don't like that font. It's just the standard Cricut Sans. Some projects it's great, others I'm not a big fan of it. So to change your font, you just go up here where it says Cricut Sans. Oops, you got to select your font box. Font, just click on the little arrow, and then I always click System because those are the fonts that you own. So whether you own them because they were already on your computer or whether you have downloaded them, they should be right there. I think I want to do something kind of swirly and fun. And I don't, I'm not liking that, so, maybe beach? Oh, beach is cute. Let's do beach. I'm going to go ahead and kern my letters, which is basically just making the spacing better. A lot of people just call it letter spacing. In design world, it's called kerning. I'm just going to go ahead and kern my letters so that they're touching. I only want, I think I kind of like just the XO and the XO touching. I'm going to do my XOXO in a silver, so I'm just going to make it turn gray so that I can see what it's going to look like a little bit better on my heart. And I'm just going to place it over my heart, and I kind of want it at an angle, and I think I want it to sit outside of my heart a little bit. So I'm just going to make it a little bit larger than my heart and kind of get an idea of, placement and where I like it. And I think I like that. I think that's kind of fun and cute. So once you've designed what you want, with the letters especially, you want to make sure that you attach them and weld them so that they come out as one piece. If you don't attach them, they will put the letters all over the screen and or on the mat and however you don't want them. This way they're going to attach them, which makes them all print this way, and welding makes the letters so that they're going to cut as one piece. So you've decided that that's what you like. Perfect. You got your purple, you got your silver. All you have to click is Make It, and it's going to show you what matte to put out first. So it wants my silver matte first, which I actually am going to do gray because I don't have any silver left over. My mattes are not real sticky. I need to clean them super duper bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue. It's going to yell at me, and I'm going to let it yell at me so that you guys can see. Because notice it says to adjust your dial. You want to make sure that you pick your correct cutting. Mine is on vinyl, and I will cut that out real quick. This should be pretty fast. I'm not going to do this one on fast cut because of how skinny the letters are going to be, but I'll show you it cutting so you guys can kind of see what it's going to look like. I'll put that light on there. Now that it's done cutting, the screen is going to tell us that it's done, and it's going to want us to unload our mat. And you can see right there, it does say unload mat. So I'm going to go ahead and unload that. And pop that off. And then I'm going to put my purple on. You guys don't need to see it cut the heart. The next fun part is the weeding, which I picked something really simple so that you guys didn't have to sit here and watch while I weeded, and I didn't have to actually like cut this video out because that seemed like a lot of work and I didn't want to. So I'm going to go ahead and weed this super fast, and hopefully it doesn't come out all yucky, but I make no promises. The heart cuts out super fast because it's such a simple design, which I love. When you're just going for something really quick and easy, it's great to pick something simple. And a lot of times I feel like the simple stuff really makes great designs and great personalized products for your friends and your family. I just made one of my coworkers, for his wife, I made him a little tile that had her name on it in a heart. She loved that. There's a lot you guys can do once you've learned how to layer and create layered vinyls, because you can do so much with the colors. It really is an absolute blast playing with these. It's one of my favorites. So I've weeded it so you can see my XO and XO. And then I'm going to go ahead and unload my heart, and I'm going to go ahead and weed that as well. I use, for my transfer paper, I just use the dollar store contact paper, and it's absolutely awesome. It's super cheap and it works really well. And you can see it's actually, this one just says clear, transparent, it's magic cover, whatever the cheap brand calls it. I've got some scraps here, so I'm just going to use one of my little scraps, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm just going to go ahead and weed this heart. This will take, no time at all, since it's such a simple piece without little tiny dots in it. Oh, if I can get my finger under it, we'd be doing awesome. I am using 651 vinyl, and for those who don't know, 651 is permanent, which is what you want to use if you're making a product that you want the vinyl to stay on. I don't typically do anything as far as sealing my products, just because I don't intend to wash them ever, because a lot of stuff I use isn't meant to be washed. So I'm going to show you the jar. So I've pre-cleaned the jar. So what you're going to want to do, now you can do this one of two ways. You can either take your vinyl and set it on the glass or the product that you're doing piece by piece. So you can do the heart on the glass and then do the XOXO on the glass. Or what I'll show you that I like to do, because it helps me with placement so I'm not messing it up on the jar, I'm going to take my transfer paper, which is, like I said, it's just cheap. It's cheap stuff from the dollar store. I found the Cricut to be a little bit too sticky. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. Let me move my mouse so I have a little space. And I'm just going to set it on my XO. It doesn't matter where, since it's kind of a big piece of contact paper. I was just lazy and didn't want to cut it. And it's so cheap that it really doesn't matter if you kind of waste a little bit. When it's that expensive Cricut stuff, I don't like to waste it. So I'm just going to peel my XO and XO. You see it peels so nicely off of there. Oops, sorry, bumped you. And then I'm going to put my heart down. And then I said I wanted my XOXO to be sort of angled. So I'm going to go ahead and angle it a little bit on my heart over the, with the transfer paper. So you just sort of lay it where you want it, and you're going to press everything down. And I always use my little Cricut pressy thing. I'm sure it has an actual name. It's probably scraper, but I call it the pressy thing because I love calling it the pressy thing. And you're just going to press everything down, and you're just going to peel it away again from the white piece, and you'll see that everything is on your transfer paper. I pre-cleaned this jar, so I don't need to, but I always wipe everything down with alcohol before I place my products. It helps remove some of the oils from your hands or dirt from just it, being in a store, other people touching it, but it helps your vinyl adhere better. So all you want to do is just place your vinyl kind of wherever you want. And yes, I know that's crooked. I did kind of a cruddy job, but I actually don't hate that it's crooked. I think it's kind of fun. You just press it down, and then I'm going to use my little Cricut scrapey thing, and I'm going to go ahead and scrape that. I will say that you do need to be a little bit more careful with this cheaper transfer paper here, because it does, if you catch the edge with your scraper, it will sometimes rip the paper. I've noticed a little bit, but it's not anything too bad. It's just you need to be a little bit softer with it. So you're just going to go ahead and peel this off. And you kind of want to make sure all your PC parts stick. If they pop up a little bit, you can press them back down with your finger. But you'll see, and it'll come right off. And there you go. You have your jar. Now, like I said, I just did something really simple. You could do more layers if you wanted. You could do different colors for your X's and your O's. You could put little hearts all over here. Really, I mean, the possibilities with layered vinyl are endless. If you have questions, please let me know. Please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos all the time. Check out my Instagram, where I'm going to post lots of pictures of the different crafts I make. And if you need any more help or want a different tutorial, please comment below. I hope you guys have a great time making layered vinyl.